Hey everybody, Cinephile Mike is here, and it is day 49 of Award Season Reviews Season 3, 97 reviews in 97 days, covering many of the films up for award season recognition. Now, as some of the films I'm talking about may still be in theaters or be awaiting a theatrical re-release, all the information I'm giving you, be it box office information, critical response, nominations, predictions, wins, everything is current within 7 days of recording and posting. Also, make sure you check out my website, cinephilemike.com, for the Where Can I Watch It spreadsheet, the 2024 edition, to track all the nominations and wins for this season's films, as well as see how to watch them. So, tonight we are wrapping with our 7th theme week, the rest of the Critics' Choice, mostly. All 7 films I looked at this week have been nominated for at least one Critics' Choice Award and possibly others. We will see how these 44 films competing for these prizes will shake out at the awards ceremony later this month. And for today, to wrap up the week, I figured what better film to follow up than, yesterday we looked at Conclave, so today I'm going to look at A24's Heretic. Written and directed by the team of Scott Beck and Bryan Woods, the film was released this past fall. The film, with a reported budget of $10 million, was quite a success, making $27,728,647 at the domestic box office, and then an additional $24,178,576 at the international box office, for a worldwide take of $51,907,223. Now, critically, the film is certified fresh on both sides, with a 91% critical rating coming from 274 reviews and a 76% popcorn meter coming from over 1,000 audience ratings. Award season wise, A24. At some point, I feel like I'm going to need to talk about A24. I feel like they're becoming the new, and I apologize if this comment may get me canceled, but in a way, they're kind of like the new Miramax. They seem to be the new awards like contender. All their films are really getting the recognition. And, normally we don't see the horror movies enter these races, but, Hugh Grant for this film has been recognized with acting nominations for Best Actor at the Critics' Choice Awards, Best Performance by a Male Actor in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy. And I understand that that's a little bit of a weird category because I wouldn't necessarily put that film there, but hey, he's also been nominated with Best Performance in a Horror or Thriller from the Astra Awards, where the film was also nominated for Best Horror or Thriller Feature. Hey, HFPA, maybe you need a Best Thriller. Let's go into a triad of the Best Pictures. Anyway, in addition to various nominations at different film festivals and amongst critic circles, the film is also currently nominated for Best Screenplay at the Independent Spirit Awards, an outstanding achievement in casting for a studio or independent feature film drama by the Casting Society of America. Heretic is the story of two young Mormon missionaries, Sister Barnes, played by Sophie Thatcher, and Sister Paxton, played by Chloe East. Now, these two are a little bit different. While Sister Barnes is a little more confident, Sister Paxton is a little bit more on the shy and reserved side. Now, in the midst of a rather chilly storm, they arrive at the home of Mr. Reed, gentleman played by Hugh Grant, a bit of a recluse in his home, kind of hidden off the main routes, and he welcomes them in to hear their presentation. Now, once inside, Sisters Barnes and Paxton realize that something seems to be amiss. Now, Mr. Reed has said that his wife was inside baking a pie, which is why they entered anyway, because they needed a female present, but they see or meet no wife and soon realize that the scent of pie is coming from a candle. And there's limited cell service, so they can't call out, and when they try to leave, they find that the front door is locked. Huh. Upon Mr. Reed coming back in, they continue to have a conversation about religion and faith, and he believes that it is also time for him to enlighten the two missionaries and share his views on the whole religious debate. And now, when they state that they would like to leave, Mr. Reed informs them that this is not a problem. You are free to leave. You just have to leave through the back of my house through one of two doors. He tells them they have to choose which door to go through, belief or disbelief. And from here, missionaries will have to choose whether they believe in everything that the Mormon religion has taught them, or is there some question to it based on the information Mr. Reed has presented. And as they make their choices, they will see that getting out of here is not as easy as it should be. And as they go through this journey throughout Mr. Reed's house to get away, everything they know and believe to be true will be placed right in front of their faces. And suffice it to say, they will never be the same again if they can make it out. Heretic is really a unique and smart film because this could have been a very, easy one trick pony with cheap scares, and you get anything but. The film doesn't completely eschew from using jump scares, but it doesn't rely on them. So when they are placed, and the minimal number there are, they're very effective. Beck and Woods choose to get you to think about what is happening, and also without saying too much, if you haven't seen this film yet, you will be pondering the ending for quite a while afterwards, and this was the intention. And it is when you get these truly fascinating thrillers like Heretic, the journey that you go on is totally worth it. As I said, films like this don't often get the kind of recognition that they deserve in awards circuits. And while I wouldn't by any means call this film a musical or comedy, again, I do want to say that Hugh Grant is a revelation here. Getting to play completely against the type that we know him from, he steps in and somehow manages to make you feel safe and secure, and at other times, like he's going to knock you out. Walking this line, is a real nice testament to his versatility, which is what actors do, and Beck and Woods know exactly how to guide him there. Thatcher and East do a good job as the missionaries and have a good back and forth energy, allowing them to play off one another and, present these two-sided debates as they go on their journey through Reed's house. Also, in an almost blink and you miss him role, Topher Grace pops up as the elder of the church, and while his presence wasn't totally necessary, um, well, whether or not it's necessary, I'm not going to say. The film is a little clever with how they set up their red herrings. Also, in the making of, it's worth mentioning the cinematography at times for this film. I mean, we get some shots as they're going through this almost maze-like house. Some of this is in the trailer, and it's really interesting to see them searching for their way. There's a little symbolism there as they move through. Look, I can't say it enough. Heretic was a surprisingly good film. It's fascinating to see, these films that take on questioning faith and spirituality because there are so many debates to be had. What is right? What is wrong? This was also part of the premise of Conclave. Also, Grant, usual lovable British scamp in every film we see. Totally against type, delightful villain here. For me, Heretic is a solid 4-star film. Now, if you would like to see Heretic, if you haven't seen it yet, it is currently available for digital rental or purchase on most platforms. There's no streaming information yet, though due to A24's deal with Max, if you're patient, it will eventually be streaming on that platform. So, there you have it. 49 down, 48 to go. Tomorrow we will begin a new theme week as we chug right along to the Oscars. We're halfway there. As always, if you like what you heard here today, please click that subscribe button, like the video, spread the word. You can follow me, Cinephile Mike, on all social media platforms and on Letterboxd. And again, find lots of great information on my website, cinephilemike.com. But until then, this is Cinephile Mike saying take a break and watch something new.